What's up, Commandos? I am back with that long-awaited Sony Venom review. Man, I went back and forth in my head about doing this review. Didn't want to do it, didn't want to touch it because the way I felt about this movie. I thought the movie was trash. Straight up. But I'm just gonna go through the motions with you, Commandos, and give you my true feelings because I am a comic book enthusiast. I do care about source material. This movie was far away from source material, but it made a lot of noise. This movie was on a budget of $100 million, $100 million, grossed $856.1 million. So, hey, people out there wanted to see it. I think they saw it out of curiosity. A lot of people that's not comic book fans or usual superhero fans say it was a good movie to watch, sit down and watch. Don't get me started on that Logan movie, but it's kind of like that. Origin was way off of continuity. You're a true comic book fan, you get it. A lot of these comic book fans that just don't like to rock the boat. Oh, thank God we got a Venom movie. We probably would have never ever got a Venom movie before. Okay, you're probably happy because of that, but not me. There's too much continuity out here. It's too many chances to get the story right and to please every part of the fan base, not just the casual moviegoer. Guys like me who are hardcore comic book fans. I thought this movie was trash, straight up. But let's run it down. Let me run down. You know what I'm saying? Who was the players in this movie? Who brought this movie to fruition? Who got this movie on the big screen? Who made this movie happen? Who in the Hollywood business, entertainment business that made this movie happen? All right. This movie was directed by Ruben Fleischer. It was written, the screenplay was written by Jeff Pinkner and Scott Rosenberg, starring Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams, Riz Ahmed, and then the big wigs, of course, who brought you this atrocity and who doesn't care about anything but money. This the only thing these people care about. The big wigs at Sony only care about money because their company is going down. Sony, the only thing that's saving Sony now is the PlayStation and the rights to Spider-Man. Real talk. Computers are trash. Nobody has a use for the Walkman anymore. Sony is out in the wind, and I believe in the next 3 to 5 years, Sony will be sold to the vending University or to Comcast. Who knows? Big wigs are Javier Red, the guy who brought you the Sam Raimi Spider-Verse, which I thought was also trash. Don't even get me started on that. And this is the same guy that wants to bring you a Kraven the Hunter movie without Spider-Man, bring you a Silver Sable and a Black Cat movie without Spider-Man. This dude is completely off his rocker. He's just looking for a payday, people. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. And then you have, of course, Amy Pascal, who actually helped out with loaning the rights to Spider-Man to Marvel so they could fix them in 5 minutes, which they did in Captain America Civil War. Thank you for that, MCU, because y'all fixed Spider-Man after all those years. After this Raimi-verse, Amazing verse, you fixed Spider-Man in half of the time they did. Like in one half of the movie, you had Spider-Man. He was from Queens. He had the accent. Tom Holland, great choice. He was everything Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying, is in the comics to start off with. And we thank the MCU for doing that. But let me get back to this Venom review. Venom was trash. Didn't like the movie at all. I can't believe the movie saw the light of day. I can't believe people went out in these type of numbers, grossing $856 million. I can't fathom that. I just can't fathom how people went out and saw this movie, but they saw it, they liked it, and we're gonna get a sequel. How weird that sequel's gonna be, I don't know. But this movie started off wrong. This movie started off, if you're familiar with Spider-Man's Fox Kids Spider-Man, that used to come on Saturday. These kids don't have nothing today. But back in the day, in the 90s, early 90s, there used to be a show called Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man. Came on Fox Kids early in the morning. They had an origin that J. Jonah Jameson, the second or the third, went out to space, came back, and had an alien symbiote that came to New York, and that's how Venom came to be. It was vaguely related to the Fox Kids origin, which was just made my jaw drop in the theaters. Like, wow, you don't have Spider-Man, but you're gonna have a Venom movie. How is his name Venom? His name only came in response to Spider-Man rejecting him, Peter Parker rejecting the symbiote. He was venomous to Spider-Man, and he was gonna be Venom. Yo, this movie's just terrible all over. He can't have the Spider-Man logo, the Spider logo on his chest because he hadn't met Peter Parker. This movie's just all over the place, and I get what people saying. Oh, we like the dialogue between Tom Hardy and the symbiote. Come on, bro. Why don't you just make a movie just called The Symbiote or something, and you could have got the same dynamic. Don't take the source material true fans know and love and just put out this trash and hand it to us, and we're supposed to accept it. And then just because the casual moviegoers went, they went 856 million grossing. They went to see something fresh because they never saw Venom by itself on the big screen. So we saw Venom in the Raimiverse, which is atrocious. Oh my god. that was trash. That's why I don't like the Raimiverse. That's why I hate the Raimiverse. But yeah, this movie was trash. The origin was the Fox Kids origin, which was just dumb. You had Venom, leaping and wall crawl. Well, climb. He couldn't wall crawl. He had to climb on the buildings, like stick his hands physically in the building and climb up the building, which is scaling, which is related to Spider-Man. So how do you know to do that? Weird. Then sitting on top of buildings, I'm not gonna run a movie for you. I want you to go out and see it because I never run a movie for anybody. Then he was sitting on top of buildings, talking about, oh, this feels like it should be, or something he said to that effect. Oh, this just feels right, or yeah, because you're supposed to be wall crawling, you're supposed to be web slinging, because you're Venom. What are you? You're not even Venom. You can't even be Venom. The name of the movie shouldn't even be Venom. You never met Spider-Man. Man, if I would give this movie a grade, and I'm being straight up and I'm being honest as I can possibly be, this movie definitely gets a grade. I'm going to give a letter grade. This movie gets a D-, F+, because I gave it a D- because it was a film. It was funny at times. I can give it that. It was funny at times. And it was good to see the shape of Venom. What Venom should be. This movie had every chance to be right. To be done right. If you did a deal with Sony for Spider-Man, you could have did a deal to have Tom Holland in this movie. But I think Marvel dotted their I's across their T's with that. That's why they made Spider-Man a teenager, because they didn't want to jump the gun with Spider-Man, which Avia Red and Amy Pascal want to do. They need to be monitored. They need to be supervised by one Kevin Feige, and thank God he had Spider-Man back, because Jesus. Commandos, this movie was trash. If you feel otherwise, please comment. Hit the notification, hit the like or dislike. I don't care. This movie was trash. If you're a true comic book fan, and this is what this genre is for. The comic book fan genre movies is actually for the comic book fan. And as a fan, I'm telling you, this movie is trash. Have you read Annie Pascal? Please do not put out any more Spider-Man villains, rogues, characters that have something directly to do with Spider-Man out on the big screen without Spider-Man. It doesn't make any sense, yo. Please don't do that. And Carnage at the end. That's cringe-worthy. This Woody Harrelson with just think Woody Harrelson with the Ronald McDonald wig. Enough said. This movie, thumbs down. I always give good reviews, but man, this movie was really trash and it stunk up the joint. But man, boy, it grossed $856.1 million. I cannot believe that. You're just gonna make these guys, Avia Red and Annie Pascal, just keep their jobs putting out mediocre, under mediocre trash. Please, folks, don't support anything against continuity. This your commander-in-chief, your colonel of Comic Book Journal. Always subscribe. Global Command is on the rise. I'm gonna hit you with more truth. I'm gonna do some more hard reviews on movies I didn't like either, that I felt like that was a waste of money. I'm gonna see you, Commandos. Over and out.